The earliest dwelling of Homo erectus was a cave site in Africa, but caves and rocks were not the only places for human habitations. Pit dwelling were also common in open areas. Man adopted his way of life with these dwellings. According to climatical conditions like wind, temperature and rain, man built his houses with available wood, stone, etc. Gradually, the building structure was changed. Bricks, woods, cement, metal were used as raw materials. The site for his building were swamps, edge of the streams, lakes, canals, hill slopes and open grasslands. In India, according to 1911 census, any structure other than a dwelling house such as tent pavilion, temple, sharai etc. Thus, the definition of dwelling changes from place to place. So, just we are comparing the Indian dwellings to other dwellings. The cottages of sages were known as Parnashala. Vastu is also playing very important role in ancient history. Most of the rural dwellings are based on the environmental conditions. Broadly, the rural buildings are grouped into three categories. They are primitive buildings, pre-industrial buildings and modern buildings. There are vital theories to study the house forms also. They are physical determinism, social cultural view, etc. Physical determinism. For thousands of years, factors like climate, materials, site, defense and economics, religion played important role of buildings. In short, house form is not a result of physical forces or single casual factor. It is something else or cultural. A social cultural view. When buildings or settlements came into form, they gradually changed into another form because of human style and culture. The natural environment, the wood, earth or stone and climate have determined mostly the building materials and the form of roof. The houses were built with local materials, but the inner structure of the houses were purely according to the taste of individuals. Wall paintings, carvings on door, windows, designs were the other phenomenon which depict the culture of particular area where the dwellings set up. House forms changed lot during human history. Their culture and occupation depicted in those houses. We can see the settlement of stone is in different parts of India. Wattle houses, pit houses, clay and mud houses are found in the Kashmir valley and even in Rajasthan and Ganga basin in northern India. In China also, the northern part have very old house forms. Udaipur also depicts the caves of early civilization. After Stone Age, many changes have occurred in house structure. Especially in Neolithic period, houses became multifunctional with fortification. Store, palace, house, factory and temples blossomed with good techniques. Cattle house, kitchen, fireplace etc. were made separate wing in the houses. Pebble houses. These are very famous houses of American Indians. They were constructed in the 10th century, where the houses were decorated with many things. For winter and summer, there was a separate window arrangement for those houses. The houses were built with sandstone. Thick blocks of mud stones were used to build them. Thinner slabs were arranged. Willow mats and mud used for ceiling and floor. Even the single house was built with hundreds of rooms. One of the great houses of Pablo contains 26,000 beams. These were the theatre-like buildings. Today they are theatrical boxes. Wooden houses. In northern and central Europe, the forest was cleared and the houses were built. These were the boat-like houses. The walls, roofs and every part of them built with wood, but the flooring was stone. In Swiss plateau, plain easy also wooden houses were built. Mud and stone houses. Mud houses were built in lower Nile valley. Stone houses were built in southern upper region. This is a common throughout the world. The huts took change in their structure. Cattle farms, storehouses were adopted. The technological change, the style of houses formed. The regional diversity started gradually. In different places of the world, we can see different types of houses. They are depending upon the need, the site, size, shape, situation, function and surrounding location is very, very important. To every house, the walled rooms are common instead of courtyards. In old houses, the courtyards were common, where the cattle shed was built, but modern houses are different from these. The courtyards have lavatory, bathroom and storeroom. So, the courtyards same in front of, in the middle and in the back. The farmers' houses are quite different from these, but functionally most of the old houses lack in proper sunlight and ventilation. Defense was very, very important for them. They were very much aware of thefts. Most probably the courtyards were used for ceremonial rituals like marriages, folk songs, dances, grain processing, drying, husking and grinding. Everything was done in the courtyard itself. Water pots, fodder, digs, extra cots, carts were also kept in courtyard only. For privacy, separate rooms were there. Poles were common to every house. In marketplaces, the courtyards were used for shops. Inner rooms were built in lack because of rain, wind, etc. The fencing was common around the houses. It was protection for the houses. The fence was protection for them from wild animals, stray cattle and thieves. Raised earthen platform was the another important feature of the early houses. It was protecting the house from the rainwater which is going inside, and it was good look for the house also. The rectangular plan was the most important feature of the old houses. Square and rectangle shapes were common in the beginning. Vastu and the astronomical ideas were used for the changing of the pattern of the houses. The basic one room dwelling with partition or a single room is a common in tribal houses. It is one room concept. Open front, raised platform, fence, veranda were also found in such one room houses. Sometimes the room increased according to the need of the people. Mud staircases were built or wooden staircases were built to the old houses. Cattle farm, articles, fodder, fuel, etc. are kept in the verandas. Only few houses have proper planning for additional rooms separately for men and women and guests. The double room concept was found mostly either in cluster or with the adjacent houses. There will be one common wall behind, and there are 3 walls between 2 houses. The back wall was for protection. This type of housing pattern was found both in South and North Indian villages. Foundation and floor of dwellings. Geological background is very essential for every house foundation. Upper caste and rich people build houses with 1 meter foundation. The poor people will never bother about the foundation, because the cottages and huts does not require any foundation at all. The flooring is generally kacha, plastered with mud. Villagers think that the flooring with cow dung keep the house far away from germs and rat holes. Both mud and stones were used for walls of those days. Nowadays, the foundation is quite different. It is very strong also. Walls and roofs. Mud walls are common in the village, whether the house is big or small. They use local soil for the walls. Sometimes the sandstone wooden flanks are also used for longer durability. These walls are plastered with cow dung mixed with grass, straw and dust. To some houses, mats, plastic cakes are covered in rainy season. They are removed after the rainy season. Somehow, houses are built with basalt, sandstone, etc. The tribal people build their houses whatever available in their local area. Bamboo mats are used in some houses. Now, the roofs are with different tiles. In the areas where the rain is plenty or field houses common. Thatched houses one or the other way are common in their structure. Climate will decide roof of these such houses. Bamboo and other wood materials are used as poles inside the thatches. Even to the roofs also bamboo is used. Roofs are steep to run off rainwater. The wattled houses are supported grass, plant leaves and bamboo framework. Some low caste people have distinct fancy pattern on the interior walls with beautiful paintings. In many havelis, wooden carving on doors, pillars will attract the people. In tribal houses, all day-to-day utensils are kept. Earthen bins, bows, arrows, cots, boxes, grain bus, furniture, almirahs, agriculture implements, all these things are kept there. Types of houses. House types are classified on the basis of following groups. One is building materials applied, size and shape. Second one, socio-cultural economic status. These are the 3 categories. House types based on building materials. For example, walls. Walls are constructed with mud, stone, brick, timber and wattle. These are depending on situation. Mud is most common material and widespread to all houses of old civilization. Mud walls are cool in summer, but damp in rainy season, but durability less. White ants, dirty nooks are entering into the house. The houses will not good at looking. Stones, sandstone, basalt, boulders are commonly used for all sorts of houses from the neighborhood. Bricks. Bricks are very important part of the houses. They are widely used from the historic period. Brick, cement made all the houses very durable and good looking Unbaked kacha bricks are also used. Timber and wood. In hilly regions and forest, people have used timber as an important item for house walls. It does not cost much. The more important thing is that tribal people can easily construct such houses. Sweden, North America, Italy, Brazil are good example for wood houses. Wattle walls. In Vindhyas, Satpuras, the tribal people like Bhils, Gonds resides in such houses of wattled walls. The houses are built with forest logs and bamboos. On the other slope of the hills or on the summit. In most of the houses of poor classes, thatching is original shelter. All sorts of walls are covered by thatching. Brazil, North America, Portugal, Africa, we can find the variety of thatched houses. In some places, the thatched roof or mixed cow dung plastering is enough to provide safety from rains. Tin roof is new innovation for many houses. Tin sheds are easily constructed where there is no fast winds. Tin sheds are common. We can see many houses which have stone slabs as their roofs. Sandstone, limestone, slate shafts are common for such houses. Bricks also make smooth roofs. They are mixed iron rods, cement etc. for modern houses. Size and shape as basis for classification. Houses are grouped in 5 ways, from 1 room to more than 5. Rooms are constructed with various size, shape and accommodation. Most of the tribal class farmers, labourers are the dwellers of single room residents. They are located in hilly regions and nearer by small villages. The poor and slightly well off people occupy 2-room dwellings. Here also tribals, agricultural labourers, small farmers, artisans have 2-room residence with veranda and cattle shed also. Lower middle class people, they are mostly carpenters, potters, businessmen, class people, some rich families, they have also come under this group. This type of house has 4 rooms. Middle caste cultivators are living in such houses. The houses of having 5 and more than 5 rooms belong to the rich class. They are agricultural landlords, big businessmen and jagirdar. They all will live in the houses which have 5 rooms. In every region, the size and shape of the houses is purely depending on socio-economic conditions. Brahmins, Rajputs, Kshatriyas and Muslims will live in spacious houses, separate rooms, cattle shed, storehouse are good in all facilities. Here also we will come across 2 groups. Superior status occupations. This one rich family are the people who are socially and economically sound. They live in such houses. Here we will see the houses of tribals. This is the poor and medium group having contact with superior cities. The tribal group of Narmada Valley in India belong to this same group. This is poor and preventive group. In villages of Satpura, Vindhya areas, these people also belonging to tribal also. Vertical section. These dwellings are mostly found in market villages. These are landlords, jagirdars, patels and baniyas. Functions. According to the use and need of dwellers, there are houses. The main group of dwellings are 4 types: vacant houses, shop cum workshop, and administrative, financial and educational institutions. Fourth one is community centers and medical institutions and other one. These are the functions vary according to the need of dwellers. Cattle shed, implement shed, grain store, sheep, goat, piggery, poultry shed, labor shed, vegetable shed, fruit store, fishery tents, fodder shed, fuel store, inn, dharmashala, hotels, all these are found in such places. We are having different types of buildings like temples, mosques, churches, which attach to priest houses. This is a peculiar type of house structure. More than 90% of people have their own house and remaining 10% live in rented houses. Guest view, mud wall tiled, mud wall mud roof, mud wall thatches, mud walled wooden first floor, brick wall tired, brick walled much concrete roof, kacha brick wall tiled, kacha brick walled thatched, stone walled filed, igloo of Eskimos, pastoral tents, cave dwellings, wattle dwelling. These are the houses found in different places. In China also we have many places like bamboo pile houses. In Cambodia also we have the same houses built by different things. The different dwellings of ancient and middle age period varies from place to place. Let us see the difference between houses and home. In general, the rented building is house and the home is for builder or a owner. Home may be the property of our own ancestors. Home consists of all facilities, but the house is not so well equipped. In some home, the space is allotted for all purposes: kitchen, puja room, dining hall, green room, office room, veranda, guest room, etc. But the house has minimum facility which are essentially needed. Home is fixed evidences either in village or in town. Home work, homesick, homemade, home rule are the words created by home only. Home is the symbol of family, life and caste system and kinship. Home provides several rooms for every purposes. Home life is quite different from the house. The satisfaction that we get at home will